What's up, guys? Rapid chess on chess.com. As usual, I'm explaining the thought process behind my moves. Let's see if we can get some points back. And the first game is aborted on move 0. Awesome. Hopefully, the rest of the games will be more exciting than that. Let's see what we can do. We were quite a bit above 2,300, but we've been losing points the last couple of times. So let's see if we can change things up. You know what? Let's just play knight f6 here. We haven't done a king's Indian in a while. Let's see what we can do here. You got to play d6. So if they push e5, you have a way to respond. Oh, f4. Okay, what's the move against this? I want to say we can just castle, although maybe this is... It's been so long since I've looked at these. I'm just going to castle. I'm not going to sit here and try to remember everything. I used to, when I did my King's Indian course, I had like studied these lines, but now I don't remember anything. So yeah, they push forward. I think we just move our knight, if I'm not mistaken. The question is, do we take for... I don't think we take. I think we move and then we try to go c5, if I'm not mistaken. Let's give that a shot, because that seems like it just makes logic, sense. We try to attack the pawns that they've sort of overextended, or at least that's what we're saying. So I think we go c5 here and just really try to put the pressure on those dark squares. Any other moves that would make sense? No, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't want to use all my time here in the opening, so we're just gonna go for it, right? So they take here, but see, now I have the option to actually take this way, and you've got some doubled pawns here, which might be a weakness. They just might be a weakness. So let's go ahead and do that. What's up, Andrew, Matthew, Thomas, Nicholas, Connor, Maria, Laura Lee, hey, Horizon, right hand shot. Good to see you guys. Abdullah, nice to see you. Hey, Victor. All right, so we've got the queens lined up, but I'm not worried because my rook is defending. I think I want to take this guy. Now, here's the thing. Once we take this, we unleash the bishop along this diagonal, which is one of the reasons why you might want to play the King's Indian, because that's kind of cool. So I think that's what we're going to do. And this pawn, like I said, it's weaker. Now, I could also take that one, and then the idea is this one's also weak, and I go knight c6 and take this. But something tells me I should just go ahead and take this one right away. Is that right? Don't know, but we're going to do it, I think. We're going to do it. We're going to take it. Because they haven't castled, so I feel like opening up the center is, a good decision. I could trade queens, but I think I'll just leave the tension, because I'm happy if they take me, because I recaptured with the rook. Okay, there you go. So we go into this endgame, 2, 4, 6, 4, 6, so it's even material. But you've got to wonder about these pawns, right? You have to wonder. Knight to d5. So what's the idea? He wants to take my pawn with check. This is covered. This is fine. So I think I'm going to go e6. If he jumps in, we just move. He gets a bishop, but then I have some nice pressure here. That looks totally fine. I think I will do that. Now, I guess the other thing is if he just goes back, then my bishop's kind of silly, though. So should I do something else? Just develop and defend? Is that a better move? And then I can bring this bishop out? Maybe. Maybe it is, actually. So knight c6. I kind of like that. I don't really want to block my bishop if I don't have to. And since knight c6 just looks like a nice move, I think we should do that. And let me turn on the viewers while I'm at it here. City Neighborhoods, New York City. Hey, thank you. Glad to finally join our stream. Awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you again. Thank you. Will do. So I feel like he wants to do this to try to defend the weakness, has to get away from this. But oh, guys, look at this. Look at this. Oh my. That just looks like a wasted move, because guess what? Unless you want to lose a rook, you got to go back. And I got a free developing move. Actually, it's like 2 free moves, because he spent 1 move going here, And now he has to go back. It's like 2 moves, essentially. 1, 2. That's incredible. And now we can go e6, probably. Like I wanted to, and I've got both of my pieces out. Now, there's also knight to d4, going for a little fork. That's not easy to deal with. Man, there's so many moves here. All right. So we could chase the knight away. It's going to go back to probably e3. And then what? I don't know. Maybe I have to move my bishop. Yeah, I kind of do want to just jump in and threaten that right away, actually. Ah, there's a check, though. So let's see. He takes. Then he has time to deal with it. All right. So I probably do need to do that. I probably do need to chase it away. Okay. Still not bad. I'm still pretty happy. I mean, look at this. We've got 3 pieces in a rook. And he's... Wait, what? What is happening? Hold up. So here's the deal. A knight and a bishop is better than a rook. So I get a knight. He takes me. I take him. I get a bishop. That's it. That's it. What is this? What is this? Also, he's hanging a pawn over here, but I don't really care about that right now. I'm going to just take this. That's not a good move. I'm going to take the knight. Okay. I think I will take that. This is an easy move to play. And white's in trouble. White's in big trouble. Question is, what do I want to do first? I mean, I could take that, which looks really good, actually. The rook is almost trapped, has to go here. And then we just trade. I could also take this. Maybe I'll go there first and then take this. I could even jump in with the knight, which looks amazing as well. Threatening the fork, threatening the bishop. It's a question of which good move do I want to play? What it's a question of. Knight to d4 looks really good because it's not so easy. But why not just take a bunch of pawns? Why not just take a bunch of pawns? Let's just take a bunch of pawns. I think I'll just take everything. Because he can't even go here. He can't even invade with the rook. You know what I mean? Let's do it. It is the end of the game. Pawns are valuable, so why not? Okay, he castles. I think I might just play king g7, get my king off of the diagonal of the bishop, get it off of any potential checks. Nice, safe move. This isn't a threat. That's not a big deal. Yeah, let me just go king g7. Basically, just try to improve my position a little bit. Bishop to f3. I don't really care if he trades that. What's the simplest and easiest way to do this? Start pushing my pawn, maybe? Just get a pawn down there. If he takes here, it's not a big deal. Yeah, let me just push my pawn. Let me just push my pawn. Because if we get it here, that's pretty annoying. Probably target this guy as well. Let's just go all the way here. Target this guy. Even if you have, just the knight and the bishop against like a rook and a pawn or two, it's usually pretty good for the knight and bishop. But in this case, I've got the knight and the bishop and some extra pawns, which is amazing because you can do stuff like this and the rooks can't do anything, right? Just has to sit there and watch this bishop. So I think I'm going to go, okay, he's stopping me from going there. Actually, he's not really stopping me. I could still go there, force a trade, then the knight jumps in. I like that. I like that. But you know what? Takes. Then the rook does come down with a check. It's a little bit... Yeah, maybe that's a little bit more counterplay than I'm willing to give. I do have an idea. So sometimes when I'm in a winning position and I want to just simplify, I will make a decision like what I'm about to show you. Okay? Take that. Why am I taking this? Because I'm going to go here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to move it. And I'm going to get a queen. And I don't see how he's going to stop me. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm going to take this. Gonna move. And I'm gonna get another queen here. Okay, he could do that. This should still be winning. And I think this is relatively straightforward. So let's go ahead. I want to keep the pawns on the board and win these pawns. So let me invade with the king. Let me bring the knight over. Should be a relatively easy win, I think, anyway. Let's push the pawns forward a little bit. I'm going to go forward. Probably going to play f6 to defend the knight. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm thinking about h4 because it locks this guy on a light square, so I could target it. g4, is that going to be good enough for me? Let me just do this. I'm just going to try to sneak around the back here like this. Although I could have just played king g6. I don't know why I didn't just play king g6. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just do it this way. Maybe that was just easier, actually. But the nice thing about when you simplify is when you get low on time, it's easier to play quicker because there's not as many pieces. So that's why another reason I wanted to do that. Okay. I think now I could probably safely take this and then target the pawn over here. Yeah, we're going to just take this guy. Even if we have to... No, okay. Go back here. Just block it off. We're going to take this next. Basically, all we have to do is avoid the checks, not hang a piece, and slowly march the pawns forward, which is what I'm doing. Let's go check. Check. Keep going. Okay. There we go. There we go, because we got the check here. We got the check here to block off the rook. And the king can't come in. Honestly, that was a little bit trickier than I wanted it to be, but it's going to work for us. Whew. All right. Good start. Good start. Let's see. What did we do here? 87, 81. Never really were in trouble. So that was good. Very good. I think the opening was a success for us. The opening was indeed a success. Let's go. Okay, black again. I guess if they play d4, we'll just do the same thing since it worked so well that time. No, e4. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just do something different. I always play the Scandinavian, but we're gonna mix it up. Let's go back to the good old e5. What do I play against this again? It's been a while. I think I've been experimenting with the Cosio lately. Sometimes the Berlin, sometimes the Cosio. Basically, here we're gonna jump the knight over to g6. And the main reason I play this is for surprise value, because everybody's kind of familiar with some of the main lines. So this is a offbeat. You know, it's offbeat, but it's not bad. So you get the surprise value, and you still get a decent position. And we'll see what they're going to do. Yep, that's fine. The knight jumps over here. So if they ever do take here, we've got the pawn defended. And usually on c3, I play d5, I believe. This is like a common principle, because if they take, you take. There's no knight c3 to chase your queen away. So usually, almost always, when I see c3, I'm going to play d5. Not every time, but this is one where I'm pretty sure it's the best move. And again, I'm not worried about this in the pin because this guy over here is defending. It's kind of like a Ponziani, because this is what happens in the Ponziani a lot of times. So white plays c3, black plays d5. Whenever someone plays the Cosio, you assume they watch Chess Vibes. Nice. Take that back. It's the bishop. And one thing that I like to be on the lookout for, doesn't always... Oh, c4. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. What I was going to say is you want to try to blockade this pawn, because if this pawn can't move, the bishop gets stuck and everything is sort of jammed up. So I'm really considering queen d3 here for that reason. I just don't know if now is the best time to do that. Seems reasonable, though. It just really slows up their development. You can't go c5. You can't take here because of this. I'm going to do it. Now, they could play rook e1, rook e3, but then that's kind of an awkward place for the rook. Maybe I could even prevent that. Although rook e1 does attack the pawn. But maybe bishop g4, pin the knight. It's getting a little bit tricky. If I can get castled, then I have more support of this. Because if you think about it, over the next like 3 or 4 moves, if I'm able to maintain this blockade, white's going to be essentially playing without some major pieces. Definitely the bishop and the rook. Sometimes the knight even just gets stuck back there too. So that's why this is so critical. So he probably wants to go here or take my pawn. Bishop g4 to pin the knight. I would like to play bishop c5 to stop that, but I don't think I can because of this move, unless I have a tactic. Actually, do I have a tactic? Check. King takes. Check. Rook e3. I take the knight. I might actually have a tactic, so maybe we can get away with this. Bishop c5. Let's do it. Let's do it, actually. That looks pretty good. Am I missing something? Takes, check, hits this, so he's got to take me. Check. King moves somewhere. Takes. Queen can attack me, but I can just defend, maybe. Yeah, I think we should do it. I think we should do it, because it stops rook e3. So that's super nice. Yeah, I almost played bishop g4, but this looks good. Tactically defending. Okay. So what's white going to do instead? I don't know, because you have to get rid of this queen. You have to. Otherwise, you're, like I said, you're in trouble. But what are they going to do? Of course, they can always take here, mess up the pawn structure, but then you lose the bishop pair and you still have the same massive problem. And we're doing well on time for a change. Doing well on time. So my threat is really probably just a castle. And then my king is safe. There's no more pin. He's going to go for it. Okay. So we'll sack the bishop, like I mentioned. Go for the fork here. And recapture our knight. I mean, they got to take it, right? Otherwise, I'm going to just take this. So, check. So we're going to take back and then see what happens from there. But we've exposed the king now. And they can't even run. They can't even run to G1 and try to go to the corner because of the check. They have to either go rook E3, which is kind of awkward. You do. All right, so we're going to take back for sure. And this is going to be a threat as soon as we castle. The other thing that's really nice about this position is I don't see how white can chase my queen away easily. So I've got some very annoying threats here that they just have to deal with. They do take. Okay, I have to recapture this way because my knight is pinned, right? So I can't recapture with the knight, but that's okay. I'm still planning on castling. Okay, so they do attack me. Now, it's pinned. It's pinned, though. You can't move it. So that's not actually a threat. So I can safely castle. Yeah, I can just safely castle. I don't believe there's any reason to play anything else because that's just such a good move. It's such a good move. Because my king is safe. There's no more pin, so knight g4 is an immediate threat. Okay, so he deals with that. Well, I mean, option number one. Wow, there's so many moves popping into my head. Number one, we go to knight g4. We attack here, the king looks shaky. Number two, we take this pawn, hits the rook as well. Number three, look at this move. Bishop f5. Rook takes. Bishop d3 pins the queen. Whoa. Okay, even queen here check to try to like invade in different ways makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, because queen check, if you go queen f2, I just take, check, and win the exchange that way. I mean, this is amazing. Wow. All right. So what should you do in a situation like this? I guess you just got to calculate the forcing ones first. So knight g4, rook maybe moves here. No, but then check, king goes check, and I win. I just win. So that's actually threatening to just win the game. So he goes, let's just say rook h3. Do I have a move? Yeah, rook h3 defends. Then we could go bishop f5 to unleash this rook. Bishop f5 right away is really interesting because I'm going to just threaten to go here. You can't take, or I just go there anyway. How do you stop that, actually? If you move your king, you walk into this. If you move your king here, you're just going to the center of the board, which can't be good. What if you move your queen, let's say over here? Still, it just looks really scary for, let's say, check. King here, we take. I mean, it's just, yeah, I think bishop f5 is going to have to take the cake here. I'm not seeing what white's going to do about this. I'm not missing something, right? Rook takes bishop d3. Wins the queen. It does win the queen. Yes, it does. I'm feeling pretty good about this, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I wonder if this is a brilliant move right here. I mean, there was other moves too, like bishop g4, I guess, was a move. So, I mean, so many moves, but this looks very powerful. Mark, what's going on? Good to see you. But you guys see what happened? Like, the next couple of moves happened, and guess what? White never got this in. They never developed, and look at these pieces. And I'm like, I'm ready to go, right? I'm cooking with gasoline here, and I don't know what White's going to do. So that's what I was talking about earlier. The dangers if White isn't able to get that right away. And I know this. I know this because when I play the Ponziani and everything goes wrong, that's what happens. So it's really important when you play the Ponziani, you got to get that D4 pawn up there as quickly as possible. All right, so he goes for King G1, but the problem with that is you step into the pin here, like I talked about. So I can, if I want, just go knight to G4 and take the exchange. The question, though, is that the best move? Because I also could jump in here. I also could even just take this, actually get another pawn, because it's the same idea. Attack the rook, but I get a pawn in the process. Oh, yeah. So what's he going to do? Let's say D3, I could take it. Let's say, actually, no, I couldn't take it. So D3, I would have to take here. Bishop takes. Then we take, yeah, that's got to be enough, right? I'm getting all kinds of material. I'm getting all kinds of material. Knight C3, we take, yeah, it's good. It's good. Here we go. Here we go. See that? There's the pin. We attack it. It's a high value piece. This is a lower value piece. We're going to win material. And we got a pawn in the process. I can't complain. Now, White still has the problem that the bishop and rook are stuck. So they're going to have to play D3 in a second. Unless I take, in which case they might recapture and start getting their pieces out that way. So what I'm debating is just lining up here while it's still pinned and just really putting the pressure on. Or here. One of these moves. Scott, gifted 5 memberships. Hey, thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Which one is it, guys? Which one is it? Oh, man. Which one is it? I'm going to go rook e8. I'm going to go rook e8. Okay, he gets out of the pin. Now it's time to take. Okay. The queen's under attack. We got to move the queen. The question is where to. He's going to go bishop d2 next, probably for sure. I could stop that with queen b6 or queen b4. Seems pretty decent. Queen b4 also stops b3. Notice I'm really trying to think through how to stop the bishop from getting developed. I'm going to go queen b4. Keeps the pressure here to stop bishop d2. Keeps the pressure here to stop b3. Probably going to go a3, but then you create another weakness that I can jump into. No, queen f2. Okay. Ooh, rook d8 sacks the bishop, but then I invade with check and win the game. Gotta do that. Gotta do that. Look at that little tactic. You see that, guys? The back rank. The back rank mate problems. This bishop cannot be captured. Bishop cannot be captured. Bam. Check. Knight blocks. Bam. Queen blocks. We take it. Checkmate. Good game. So what's he gonna play? I mean, this is an amazing position, right? Look at this. Okay, he plays h3. Makes sense. I'm thinking about just going back. Just nice and simple. I think I will play that move quickly. No reason to spend a bunch of time when I have a really great position. Okay, I'm thinking of queen b3. Again, trying to prevent that bishop from developing. Because if this bishop can't develop, guess what? I'm basically playing the game up a rook and a bishop, which is amazing, right? So that's why it's all about don't let him develop it. Don't let him develop it. And it's like, it's a queen and 2 rooks and a bishop against a queen and a knight. There's no way. There's no way White can survive this. A4, he has to try to get the rook out some other way. Okay. That's fair enough. So where is the finishing blow, though? That's the question. Because as good as my position is, hmm, yeah, it's I mean, I could play a5 to stop any more expanding. I could. Interesting. Rook a3. Guess we just go back. Yeah, I'll play a5. I don't want. The only way that I see myself losing this game is if I get too low on time. So I'm just gonna make some moves here that might not necessarily win the game, but I just want to keep my good position and keep making moves and keep looking for opportunities. Because he's still kind of tied up. I mean, even though the rook is here, that's not really a great place for the rook. You can't go b3. You can't really do a lot. I'm going to go ahead and give my king an escape square so there's no back rank mate. Just trying to keep improving my position. I think the next thing to improve might be to either double up the rooks or invade like this. Just somehow. Okay, knight e2. Wait a second. What is that? He wants to go rook c3, maybe? I think I want to attack that knight. The question is how. I could also play rook here. Rook here. Oh, rook here looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to go here because now the knight is tied up guarding the bishop. So I'm also cutting off. Okay, he goes back. Wow. Interesting move. Let me go ahead and double up so these guys are defended. Okay. Oh, knight takes d1 defends the queen. I actually missed that. I still have this move, so it's not the end of the road, but I didn't see that, man. All right, I gotta go faster. This position is too good to lose. Too good to lose on time. Okay, was not expecting that. Wow, what in the world? How do I attack this king? Rook d6? Yeah, maybe rook d6. No, he's gonna try to trade. All right, fine. Fine. I'm gonna come over here and take this pawn. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, fine. As long as we don't stalemate, that's not a stalemate. Yes. Okay, that was harder than it should have been just because the time situation, but our position was pretty nice the whole game, I think, except for that one mistake with the queen. Ooh, 2 brilliant moves, 89. That's what I like to see. Look at that. Never really lost it. Very good. Very good. Let's see the brilliant moves here. First brilliant move was bishop takes f2 check. Okay, really, the bishop c5 was the harder move to play, but all right, fair enough. Let's see, knight takes e5, takes castles, bishop g4 was good. Oh yeah, okay, so the bishop moves were the best moves. Actually, they like bishop g4 better than bishop f5. Interesting. I guess because, where do you move the queen to? Here? Oh, but then I'm busting through this way, which is even better. Oh, because the bishop's hanging. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, so bishop g4, even more powerful. Bishop f5 was the second choice, though. And it's brilliant because of the pin here, right? Okay, very nice. So, I think we played it basic. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really do anything wrong. It just, right here, I think, yeah, that was the one mistake. Because he could take this and defend the queen. But I still was going to be happy after that. I mean, because if you take here, normally opposite color bishops is drawish. This is different because this pin. He's got to go like b3. Then I invade. And I guess I was thinking I was going to be able to win this. Actually, it's not. It's probably, or maybe I can win, but actually this would have been White's best chance. Yeah, because this is not going to be that easy. For example, you blockade this guy. Of course, I'm going to try to use my king, but if White's king gets over there, you know, it's not that simple, right? Like, how do I win this? Because he puts all his pawns on dark squares, for example, and now I have to figure out a way to win. I probably could still win, but it's not going to be that easy. Anyway. Having a hard time making decisions on move one. That's not a good sign. All right, let's see if we can. Should I play? What should I play? Should I go for a Ponzi? Oh, he's gonna do this. Hmm. I do like to play this Gambit. It's a piece sacrifice. But yeah, we're gonna do it. Cochrane Gambit. But you get some nice things. Okay, you get some nice things. I'm gonna go d4. You can't take this because... Why can't you take this? There's some tactic. I think it's check, g6 check, take it back. Yeah, so you can't take the pawn. I'm going to go bishop c4 check. And you might say that the reason you do this is not just to attack the king right away. It's more of like a positional gambit where it's like, hey, long term, I have two pawns that I can like push forward and harass this knight. And on top of that, the king is a little bit weak. So it's an interesting gambit, I think. I've had some good success with it, even against stronger players. So I'm feeling pretty good here. Bishop c4 is what I would like to play. He could stop that, but I don't know. Then the bishop kind of becomes a target later, so you have to watch out for that. Probably I'll go knight c3 to defend on bishop e6 here. And then g6. Okay, so yeah, I could go for this, actually. If the bishop blocks, I'll probably just take it. The king's going to be on e6. Which, I mean, gotta be compensation at least for that, right? On d5, we take. Do I take on d5, actually? Maybe I should play knight c3 first. Let's see. d5 takes. What if he just ignores it and goes bishop d6? I castle. Is there a Greek gift sacrifice? Check knight g4. Nah, it's got to be good for me. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then, depending on... If he just goes like king g7, I'll probably just go knight c3. Bishop e6. I think I will take it. Yeah, I think I will. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. King's on e6. I mean, yeah. Let's go knight c3, defend. We're going to castle. Boom. Yeah, he's going to have to waste some time to save the king. Fine. We're going to get the pieces going here. I'm still going to play f4, f5. Take this. He's going to try to castle. That's fine. I could play bishop g5 first, then jump in or threaten e5. That's pretty annoying. Five takes. Or comes over. f4, f5. Oh no, f4, f5 looks really good too, though. Again, which one is better? Bishop g5. Let's say rook e8. e5 or knight d5. I guess he just defends. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Let's go f4, f5 instead. Let's do this. So f5, you can't take here because of the double checkaroo. So you go back and you let me trade, and then yeah, if you take, I should have looked at that, but that's fine. I could probably take with the rook or the pawn. He does go back. Okay. I think we take this and go bishop g5. Yep, let's do that. Go bishop g5. So we pin the knight. He's going to go knight b d7. But then he walks into... No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Fine. All right, hold up. Queen f3. Knight d5. 6 takes... I don't want to just trade everything. Let's not do that. Let me go queen f3. Queen f3. Activate the rook. Let's bring him over to e1, probably, or d1, depending on where we need it. I think e1, most likely. Maybe this knight jumps in and around. Okay, he stops that. That's fine. If he pushes, I'm going to go with e5. So yeah, let's bring this rook over. Oh, wait a second. What if the queen comes to b6? Queen to b6 would be an annoying move, actually, because he's going to be hitting multiple things. We have to plan for this. We do have to plan for that one. Do I have a threat? Like if I go, let's just say king h1, queen b6, e5. Takes, knight takes. No, that's not going to cut it. Maybe I go queen g3. Because queen g3 attacks here and here. So queen g3, queen b6, I take, he takes, bam. I like it. Queen g3 is a move. So notice what I did, guys. I knew what he was going to do next. I didn't just wait around until it caused me problems. I am immediately creating my own counter threats. Now, he could probably still do it, but I'm at least getting a serious thing in return. Yes, I might lose a pawn, but then his king is wide open, and, you know, I'm not just in a bad position. I have some compensation for it. I just looked over and saw sack the queen. That's always my go-to. You know, there's some strong player, I don't remember his name, but he would play chess, and he would always, when he was calculating, he would start with, can I sack my queen somehow? Like, that was like the first thing on his list of things that he looked for. And then he worked his way down. So it was like, can I sack my queen somewhere? No. Okay. Can I sack my rook somewhere? No. Okay. Then he looked, can I sacrifice my pieces somewhere? Can I sack a pawn somewhere? Which is backwards, right, from how most people think. But that's kind of a fascinating approach when you think about it. Okay, so he deals with this, but does he deal with this? I don't think so. I do not think so. So I think we're going to take it. Now, the only question is takes. Queen f7. See, at that point, I have 3 pawns, so I'm even okay playing an ending like that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. Queen f7 is what I'm expecting. Rook takes f6. The bishop's pinned, but queen f6 holds everything together, right? Now, the other option is I leave the queens on the board because of his king placement. Takes, e5 unfortunately doesn't work because of the rook. So let's say takes, rook e1. Maybe king g6. Yeah, that endgame, I don't love it because his king is in such a nice position to stop my passed pawns. So I think I'm going to leave the pieces on the board and just go back to g3. Because his king is very weak, right? So we're gonna do it this way and still plan on going here and pushing probably. Queen e6, okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and defend that. So e5 might be a threat. Queen is guarding the knight, otherwise we could take that. Queen's guarding this. I wonder if it's crazy to just throw this pawn forward. That seems like actually not a terrible plan, just to get another piece in the action up there. Oh, he wants to... Wait. What if I take this pawn? Interesting. He's desperate to trade the queens. Rook d8. Huh. Rook d8. Let's say queen c5. Yeah, he might actually be taking this. Queen d3 I could play, though. I could play queen d3, then bring the rook up and over like this. That's annoying, actually, for black. Yeah, maybe queen d3 is my move. Let's just make sure he can't take this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is defended too, just in case. So yeah, queen d3 looks really nice. d5, I just push. Let's go queen d3. Got to keep those queens on the board, I think. So I'm going to go rook f3 to g3 to put the pressure like this. Or rook e3, depending on which rook I would... I think I might need this rook to defend, although I could also do this. This one just looks, I don't know, seems like the right one. So I think I'll do this. Greetings from Hungary. You can't sleep because you catch the stream now? Breaking 1500 course is awesome. Good luck for today's games. Hey, thank you. Haroldi, if I pronounce that correctly. Thanks, I appreciate that. So, rook f3, g3. What is black's plan going to be? They're probably going to bring their rook over. I'm going to go rook f3. Probably going to do something like rook d7. I'm going to attack. Yeah, I don't really know what's happening exactly, but okay, they do go rook e7. That's probably smart. They want to just double up. So let's say rook f3, rook g3. And I could also just push this right now, right? Takes. Nah, then the rooks pile on. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, the other thing I could do is go here and here. The idea being that I might want this rook on f1 to pressure the knight. Yes, I lose some pressure here, but what I gain is pretty good. Yeah, maybe I should do that instead. Initially, I was thinking rook f3, but now I'm thinking it's this one. One second, guys. Something just went down the wrong pipe. Wow. Bad timing for that. Okay. I think I'm going to take this. I think I'm going to take this. I think we might win this game, assuming I don't choke to death over here. Man. It's like something went where it was not supposed to go. This is an amazing move, though. Because when you take back, bam, I just hit him with the pin. I think that's a really good move. Oh, the comments. Yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm good, I think. It's clearing up. It's clearing up. Whatever happened. Ah, wow. If I take with the queen, I have to worry about this. I want to keep the pawns, though. Because now I'm hitting the bishop and defending. Ooh, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. Ugh. I want to bring my knight in. Just have to not get checkmated. That's the only thing. Now it's pinned. Now it's pinned. Now it's not pinned. I do believe that's checkmate. Oof, okay. There it is. There it is. All right. All right, guys, just give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a cough drop or something. 1 second. Okay. Might take a few minutes for this to kick in. I have a cough drop with some ginger root. So I might just keep it light on the talking for this game. I apologize, guys. Man. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what happened, but it feels like I like lost part of my voice. Wow. I guess we can try to play without queens. I can't really go there because of bishop c3. I guess we just go back. Let's start getting the king closer. Yeah, this is a tough position, actually. I might try to trade just to see if we can get rid of these knights. Well, that's the idea. Now I could sack or try b6. b6, d7. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Barely holding on. I guess it's just a draw. I can't figure out a way to do this. I just can't figure it out. Because I have to somehow block the bishop off, and I can't do it. And I'm running out of time as well. That's another thing. We'll see if he knows how to draw this endgame. We'll see if he knows. I think my voice is coming back. I felt like that guy played pretty well. Yeah, he did very well, actually. Looks like there was one moment when I had the game. So let's see what that was. I had one opportunity right here. Yeah, so prior to this, it's basically equal. So what was the winning move? Oh, I had to keep the pawns on the board. I had to keep them on the board. For some reason, I thought that I was still going to be able to win. Because I knew I was going to get this pawn. That's easy to see. I didn't realize how quickly this king was just going to take this. And I thought that, like, while his king was doing that, I could somehow blockade the bishop and win. But it just didn't happen. Although, Stockfish says there might have been a chance. Let's see. That was my opportunity. Knight f7. Basically, I had to keep the king from getting in so easily. See that? So he has to run this way, I guess. And while he's doing that, I go king c6. Let's say, I don't know, here. Oh no, here. Knight d6. Yeah, this is one of those not easy to understand endgames. Okay, so somehow I messed it up at the end here. Yeah, now it's just a draw. Because whenever I push this, he always just sacks. The only way you could win this would be, for example, if he like moves the bishop, or for example, if I could get, it's white's turn. If I could get my knight here, and he just like wastes a bunch of moves, now I can win because I've trapped the bishop. The problem was, like, if I would have, oh, sorry, man, I did not mean to do that. Sorry, guys. right here. Like if I would have tried to do that right away. So let's see. What did he play? He played king g6, for example. If I would have went, do we get the knight here? Let's say here, here, here. His king is too close, so he just trades, and then he comes here. That's why I didn't do it right away. And I was trying to think of something else, and I ran out of time, so I didn't really have any other options. But it's just a draw. It's just a draw at that point. But yeah, this person played really, really well. So good game for them. I feel like my voice is coming back a little bit though, so that's the good news. I think we played this person last time, didn't we? Didn't we? Oh, they've got my number. They're 4-2-1 against me. All right, we gotta put the pressure on this time. Anziani here. I'm gonna go bishop to b5 this time. I usually go queen a4, but this one leads to some interesting lines, actually. Yeah, I think if he plays queen g5, it gets really, really tricky. Bishop d7. I don't recall. I mean, there's obviously just the trading to double up the pawns. But like we saw in the last game, if black gets the queen on d3 and I can't push, I'm in trouble. If I could try something like queen a4, I think you would have to play queen d5. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, he takes this way. Interesting. Interesting. So he's keeping the bishop on the board. I guess that's smart. I think I'm going to play d4. I think it's you just can't get stuck without playing that move. So I'm just going to do it right now. And I'll probably just castle and try to get the rook to the center right away. We should be able to take that pawn back later. He goes bishop d6. Okay. Do I go bishop f4? Do I just castle? I'm just going to castle. I think we got to get the king out of the center. Try to get the rook to the e-file here. So black has the bishop pair, but they do have some weaknesses. I think roughly even out. Knight d2 to hit the pawn. Let's do it. Let's do it. I am temporarily blocking the bishop just because I wasn't sure where I wanted to put it. I want to focus on this pawn right now. Rook e1, queen e2, queen c2. And I think it's very easy for me to move this knight somewhere, and then the bishop comes out later. So I think we're fine. Okay, we have to take that, obviously. So queen e2. He might try to go queen d5. Rook e1. Probably still going to go queen d5. So rook e1, queen d5. What do I play? Queen a4 and trade these pawns. Looks pretty good. Yeah, looks pretty good. I don't think I can hold on to this in a good way, but I can trade them. Then the e-file will be open, and he's got these really bad pawns over here. So queen d5, queen a4, for example, takes what I'm looking at anyway. And then the bishop comes out somewhere. He just castles. I can't take it immediately because the trade. But I think I still go queen a4. Now we're threatening to finally take it. Okay, yep. So we have a couple of options. I believe I'll just start with this guy. Probably eyeing this one later, though. I assume he's going to take here, and I think I'll go bishop somewhere. Bishop f4 looks good, except knight d3, we pin it. It's getting pretty interesting. It looks good, though, because of the pin, I think. And if you try to get away from the pin, you lose the knight. So... Oh, there is knight takes b2. Just noticed that, actually. Well, I'm committed at this point. I am committed. Knight takes b2, though. We take. He takes. I trade. My knight's hanging. It's not ideal. That is not ideal. I have to go here. Yeah, that's a good move. I didn't see that. Wait a second. Can I trap the knight? Hold on. What if I go queen b3? Let's say he goes here. My knight's hanging. I could attack that. Ooh, wait a sec. Oh, but there's rook b8. Wow. Okay. Hold on. There's also no queen c2. The knight just can leave. No, he can't because he's got to hold on. Got some hot tea. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. This is really confusing because we have so many queen moves that we could play. We don't have to. We could also take here. Taking here just doesn't look awesome for me, right? It doesn't look very good. Because my knight's going to be hanging. And then I'm going to lose this pawn. I mean, it's decent, actually, because I could easily swing the rook over and maybe get some pawns back. But queen b3, queen a3, queen b4 hits the rook. I mean, the queen. Where does it go? Where does the queen go? h4 is another move I didn't consider. I don't think I can safely trap the knight, though, because at the end of all those lines, there's always going to be some rook coming over, right? Always going to be something like that. Oh, and the knight just takes my rook. What am I even saying? Why? I'm like wasting all this time calculating a line that doesn't even make sense. Wow. It doesn't even make sense. Man. All right. Well, that was a waste of time because this was forced anyway. I don't even know. I'm going to blame the cough. I'm going to blame the cough. I don't know. Every time I play against this person, it's like I never get into good positions. It's weird. Really pretty weird. It's funny though because I've played against people like that where it just, for whatever reason their playing style against your playing style, you just don't do well. And I feel like that's the situation with this GM Danny Shapiro guy. You just don't get into good positions. I'm gonna try to blockade the pawn from just marching down the board. Yeah, he's gonna trade. That's smart. Very smart. Really. If I can get the knight over here, should be able to get a draw relatively easily. Okay, if I take it now, if he trades the rooks, I'm happy. He takes with the pawn, I'm not really happy. So I need to move these pawns. So they don't get captured. Ideally, I want to keep the rooks on the board to make it easy to draw. The rooks get traded and my king is stranded over here, I will lose. So that's what we're trying to avoid. A trade of everything where my king is like stuck over here. Is what he's trying to do, I think. Yeah, this is not actually good either, because this pawn is really annoying. Here. Or there. Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah, it's lost. What can I say? Can't do anything here. Let's see, what did we do? I don't feel like I did anything obviously wrong, except the time. I mean, I wasted some time, but whoa. One moment? What is this? What is this? You guys ever seen a graph like that? Okay, I gotta see. I gotta see. Wait, what? Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Do you guys know what the winning move was? This is the one of the most incredible moments I have ever had. That is incredible. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you guys see if you can figure out the winning move here for white. That is absolutely incredible. Unreal. Wow. White to play and win. And, you know, I sort of thought about it. And then I was like, no, that's crazy, Nelson. I'm seeing some people say the move, but most people are not seeing it. The winning move. Wait for it. Wait for it, guys. Taking the bishop. And if you're thinking that the pawn is going to become a queen, you're absolutely right. Look at this. Knight to c3. Queen. Checkmate. That is checkmate on the board. Look at this. And I missed it. I missed it. One of the most beautiful checkmates in my life. This would have gone down in history as the most beautiful checkmate ever. And I missed it. And it wasn't that hard, really. You just take the bishop and then you see about checkmating the king. And you know what else is amazing about this? Is he has to move it, otherwise you're going to take the pawn, so he can't save his king now. And if he tries to save the king now, you take the pawn again. It's like a composed endgame puzzle. Like, okay, white to play and win. Oh, yeah, man. That one hurts. That one hurts. I had it in my head. I had it in my head that I was just losing. I like turned off the brain. I wasn't even like thinking. Man, that was like the only mistake he made the whole game. And it was like, you just lose. I just see that. Dude, that's crazy. That is so crazy. I mean, it's like all the pieces. The pawn, the king, this pawn is playing a role, this pawn is playing a role, and the knight is covering the escape score. I mean, I don't want to move on from this position. It's just so nice. Oh, man. Oh, man. Danny Shapiro, if only you know what just happened. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oops, that's not what I wanted to click. Oh. Wake up, Nelson. Wake up. You never know when you're going to have a moment like that. I think it's time to go back to the old Scandinavian. Oh, I don't like this line, actually. I'm going to go c6. I don't want to deal with this bishop d7 stuff. All right, let's go ahead and pin the knight here. And probably just going to move the pawn, get the bishop out and castle. We could also bring the rook over, but I think e6 is good. Uh-huh. Or d6 maybe. You know, if he plays h3, I might consider the fishing pole trap here. Seems like an interesting time to do it, actually. Okay, but we might not get an opportunity. I could go queen b6. I'll just castle. I'll just castle. I honestly can't get that checkmate out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. I'm just envisioning a knight like landing here, checkmating the king. All I can think about. I'm gonna have nightmares about that. Okay, head in the game, Nelson. It's over. It's gone. You missed it. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah, knight takes b1. I mean, knight takes b1. Get the queen. Ah. I can't think. I can't think straight. I really can't. I'm not even joking. I'm just gonna play a random move because I don't know what else to do. I'm just seeing some bishops that are sitting there, so he saves one, but what about the other one? Wait a second. Did I win a piece here? No, he's gonna but I can trade first. Hold everything. Hold everything. Yeah, we did win a piece. Nice. Still, it pales in comparison to that knight takes b1. Checkmate. Wow. Queen over here. All right. Got the piece. Knight's probably going to try to come in here. I could stop that. Or just not worry about it. I could go king g8 and line up the rook over here. Yeah, maybe I will. Oh, he also has knight here, but that's not a big deal. I will play f5. I'll take away the e4 square. If he wants to fork me, probably just go back. Or pin it. That's actually a good one. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I mean, I don't mind that idea. Could bring the queen to the center. Knight g5, maybe he wants to do. Yeah, let's actually bring the queen over, because I feel like the queen is kind of misplaced here. I want it to be either centralized or on the king side to help defend. I'm going to start doing that now. Yeah, because like queen h5, we want to make sure we have some sort of response to this. Actually, wow, queen h5, that is... Whoa, that is actually very dangerous. I might be forced to do something... Actually, no, I could play h6. I'm good. I could play h6. But if I would let queen h5 happen, I'd be in trouble. Better go h6 while I can. Yeah, that was dangerous. That was real dangerous. Okay. Knight f4 is covered. I think I'll just go king h7, slide the rook over. Queen h5. Here, it also stops knight g5. Yeah, very nice. There's queen here, but then rook g7. And we're good. We're good to go. So there's the checkmate threat. We stop knight g5. Here, it doesn't matter. I just go rook g7. Double up. Still tricky, though. It was very tricky. Nice try by our opponent, trying to mix it up there. All right, so he stops the checkmate. I think I will still go rook. Actually, go rook g6, and then, yeah, let me do that. Rook g6, keeps the queen out. Makes way for the other guy to come over. Let's go ahead. Oh, knight g5 is the idea? Yeah, it's fine. I'll either sack the rook or I'll just move my king. No big deal. No big deal. Because it's pinning the pawn, so I can't take with the pawn. Right? But I could sack, or he doesn't do it. Okay. Now I could sack. Sack there doesn't work because the knight, but this one looks pretty good. Basically, the knight's not doing anything. I get 2 pawns for it and totally jump on the king. So it's got to be worth it. Has to be worth it. Actually, 3 pawns if I want it, but I might look for checkmates instead. So if you go on the light squares, you got to watch out for this or this. If you go this way, that doesn't look good. Right, so what do I do? Do I take this with a check? Do I go here? I'm going to take this with check, because you can't block or you lose a rook. So you got to either go back or come up here. Or knight f2. You can play knight f2, actually. Goes there. I think I just want to transfer the queen to the light square, so I want it to go like one of these places. So here, give myself both options so you can't stop them with the rooks at the same time. Okay, he tries to, but it's fine because we're ahead. We can simply trade queens if we want. Yeah, because we got a bunch of pawns. We were already up a piece, so we're just going into an endgame. Up a whole bunch of pawns. Should be relatively straightforward. Rook b1, I'll probably just move the pawn. Back on my bishop, I'll probably just move the bishop. I want to set them up so that they're all defended, basically. This, we just defend, not a big deal. Oh, it actually does attack. Okay, I didn't catch that. Oops. All right, no worries. We're just gonna, we'll give him this pawn. It's not a big deal. I'll go f5. Got a little sloppy there, actually, but it's okay. Still think we're well ahead because this is a very powerful pawn. And the bishop's much better than the knight. So on a5, I think I'm going to go rook c5. Because if he takes me, I take back. If he tries to take my bishop, I get a rook. And if you move, I take a pawn. Okay, he doesn't go for it. Interesting. What is he trying to do? I'm not sure. I'm still going to go there. Just check, I have rook g7. And a5. I guess he could play a5 now. Then I just take and move my bishop somewhere. Oh, man. In hindsight, maybe I should have left the queens on the board, only because that was the whole point of sacking the piece, to expose the king. Yes, I had extra pawns, but I don't know. The king was so exposed. Maybe that trading queens wasn't the smart thing to do. So if we go here now, a5's pretty annoying, so that doesn't really make sense. Here, I think is pretty good. Could also just defend it where it is. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just defend it. So the knight is kind of trapped. Now, if he wants, he can go to g1 and try to come into the game this way. No. Okay. Probably bring the king over. I'm going to go to f6, play e5. Maybe sneak the king around like this is my idea. Guess I could also throw this forward and trade it off, because it's kind of a weak pawn. But if Okay, well now I might actually target this since he moved the rook. Maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, I might actually, I might actually sack one of these pawns to trade it for this. Then I have a pawn that he has to worry about too. I don't have 2 pawns. That's pretty good. I think I'll give this pawn. Seems like a safer one to give rather than mess around with anything here. I think I'll let him go here. And I also could do this. Also could do this and attack the pawn from behind. Now I get the bonus that I'm cutting off the king. Actually, you know what? That might just win. I think it does. I think that actually just wins. Takes e2. Can't move the king because I go with check. And I'm going to go check anyway and get a queen. Yeah, it's just winning, right? Yep, there you go. So this is an annoying situation for the king, right? Because I'm threatening to go check. And I defend. But if you go, it's a discover check. And either way, I get a queen. Knight. That doesn't help because this is checkmate. Brandon Smith, hey, welcome. Sounds like you're here for the first time. What is this? He wants to sack, but the knight can't move, so that doesn't do anything. I mean, I don't have to take the rook. I could just take here and then get the queen, but I think I will take the rook. The knight is pinned, and I'll get the queen next move. And now we can go for checkmate. Boom. All right, good game to our opponent. He did put up quite the fight, though, I will say. He made us work for it. 87, pretty nice. Didn't really ever get away from us too much. So, yeah, good game. Good game. All right, guys, I am going to take a 2-minute break. I will be right back for a few more games. All right, here we go. New game. And I've got some new tea. So I'm feeling pretty good here. Uh-oh. First of all, let's turn off this so you can see the board. It's always a good start. England Gambit. You got to take it. You got to take it. Now, this one you don't have to take. And I'm not going to, because that's just makes Black's life easy. I think the most annoying thing to do against this, and the only reason I know this is because people do it to me, is Bishop G5. It's annoying because King D7. Okay, well that seems awkward because you got to block the bishop. All right, bishop. Seems awkward. Knight C3 or E4 look pretty good. Let me just go with Knight C3. Just develop the pieces as quickly as we can. E4, pretty solid. Get the pawn out there. We get the bishop out there. I could trade, but why? I think I'll let him trade into me. Let's go with E4. Get this guy into the game. This is just an awkward square, right? It's awkward because you can't develop your bishop easily. Okay. I think I will move this back, but I do want to consider bishop to b5 for just a second. If he takes, I jump in, trades the queens. That's an annoying threat. Probably not worth sacrificing a piece. Although, maybe, actually. Knight d5? No, you can't really go king d. I mean, hold on a second, guys. I really am considering this. Let's say queen 6. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too much. There's also bishop c4, and then you jump in this way. Yeah, maybe it's too crazy. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I think I'll just go back. But very tempting. Very tempting. Queen f7? What is this? Opening. So what if I just jump my knight in, bishop goes here, bishop c4, or I go bishop to b5. Probably going to go bishop d7. Then I jump in. He might castle. Yeah, I think I like the pin here. I think I like the pin. So, okay, if we go knight d5, we're threatening the fork. And I would bet he's going to go bishop d6 or castles. Regardless, it's a nice square for my knight, so seems reasonable. I don't know what else I'm going to play anyway, so let's do it. Let's jump the knight in. Whoa, 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 whoa. So the first question that comes to my mind is takes? Nah, maybe that's too much. Maybe I should go c4. Just cement this knight in there. Or should I castle first? Nah, I think I should just do this. I really want this guy to be supported. And now I can consider things like this because the knight is not a problem. Also, very important is it lets my queen out. Yes, exactly. So like right now, I could go queen a4, takes, check. Knight goes back to b8. Don't see a follow-up. Wait, bishop a7. Ooh, bishop a7. It is a follow-up. Okay. So queen a4 takes check, knight b8, bishop a7, and I'm winning. So queen a4, king b8. I just take. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, he might play knight b8 right now, though. Hold on, knight b8. Pretty annoying. Yeah, knight b8 would force. Actually, would it force? Queen a4, knight b8. Takes. Man, such a good move. Knight b8. The other option is I just retreat. Or I play a4 with the idea of taking here. And invading with my rook. Queen a4, knight b8. What if I just castle? What if I just castle and say, just take my bishop? Then I invade. Then I'm threatening bishop a7. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to have some fun here tonight. We're going to have some fun here tonight. So I think the only move is knight b8. I mean, I guess you could try to bring the knight over, but then you're walking into a really dangerous attack. I'm seriously expecting knight to b8. There's almost some other checkmate ideas. I wonder if we can make that work. Could we make that work? I don't know how. He goes bishop d6? Wait, so he's going to let me take this? Check. King moves over. Oh, that looks super scary for black. Isn't it? I mean, my plan is simple. My plan is real simple. b4, b5. Chase the knight away, checkmate the king. Real simple. b4, b5. You can't take this because of takes. Check. Oh, it's hitting my knight. Oh, no, it's still checkmate. Yeah, it's still checkmate. So you can't take it. Bishop c8, you lose a knight. I don't even know. What move does black play? I don't even know. I'm going to go there. Once the knight moves, we have a 2-move checkmate. And if for some reason that doesn't work, I can always just castle and keep attacking with my rooks and pawns. So look at black's queen. Not a happy queen over there. Not a happy rook. Not a happy knight. These are sad pieces. Let's say, okay, here's an idea. Let's say black goes here to defend the knight. And when I play b5, they go bishop c8. That seems like a reasonable plan. But here's the thing. I just move. I just go back. I'm still attacking the knight. And I'm still threatening checkmate. If you go in, I just take. Yeah, that's what he's going to go for. But it's not going to work. Now, the other thing is I can trade. No, but then I don't want to trade. I want to play b5, I think. Yeah, I think I just said it, right? Oh, but okay, hold on. Bishop c8. No, yeah. I just want to do this. This is what I want to do. Because on bishop c8, queen a4, and the knight is in trouble. They're still the checkmate. You come in, I take. I don't know how you stop that. Don't know how. Okay, he goes for it. Let's go queen a4. So basically what I'm doing is saying, look, this checkmate threat is not going anywhere, and your knight still has to move. And the knight's the only thing defending it, right? You could try to block, but I'm just going to take it, and then boom, we renew the threat again. You could take that, but I think I just take back and nothing really changes. I could also take this way. Let's see, but then he takes my bishop. No, then there's checkmate with the rook. But maybe the move is knight to b6. Still looks good for me, but I don't really think I have any reason to do that. I don't think I need to do that, is what I'm saying. Question is, which way do I take? This way might actually open up the center. Maybe some shenanigans happens. So I think I'll just take this way. I think I'll just take this way. Make sure we keep this closed. And we still have the same threats here. Still have the same threats. There's a random check here, but it doesn't really do anything. I'll just move somewhere. Probably to e2, so this guy can come over. Okay, yeah, you could do that. I mean, I could really take with the bishop and then jump in with the knight. Takes. That looks amazing. Could also just take this way. Ah. Ah ha ha. He's going to play this move. And the queen. So would I rather a knight or a bishop sitting here when he plays, like, let's just say c5? I'm going to take with this pawn. And the threat is the rook's going to come over. So would I rather a bishop or a knight be sitting here in that position? Wow, it's hard to say. I'm going to say a bishop, but I could see it going both ways. Oh, bishop b7? Is this a way to survive? Did not consider that. Did not consider that at all. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I missed that one. Wow. Totally missed it. Okay. That's actually very smart. Yeah. So maybe the knight would have been better because I could have just jumped right in. I don't know. I do not know. I mean, I still have a super nice attack, but I thought I was getting checkmate, so we'll see. We'll see if we can make it happen with a minute here. I feel like I just need to start pushing this A pawn down the board all the way. Maybe even the B pawn, actually. Maybe I should have done that right now. Can't run because the bishop is tied down, though. That's what's good. Yeah, b6, actually. b6 is really good. Because then we just bust through here, I think. Just bust through. I mean, this is good too, right? They're both good. I'm going to go for the immediate attack here. Low on time, so I got to make something happen quick here. I think... I mean, he's trying to get some counterplay, but it seems like it might be too slow. So, takes, do I sack the rook or do I just attack it? Which way do I attack it? Bishop. If we sack the rook and play rook c1 check, king goes where, to d6 maybe? No, I can't believe that that's not going to be winning for me. I think I will sack the rook. Can't believe the king's going to escape. So, any other moves for black? Check. King goes here. We take the bishop. Only thing I have to be careful of is like bishop d6, rook d7, d6, trying to attack and then get checkmated on g2. That would be how I could lose, I would think. So takes, rook check, king d6. I've got to believe queen c5 check is going to somehow lead to a checkmate. Queen c7 check, king here. Whoa. What? Checkmate? What was that? I mean, I see what that was, but I don't think that's good. I'm gonna go rook c8 checkmate. Okay, so you know what? Let me just pin it. Let me just pin it. This is easy. This is easy. I have all the time in the world. All the time in the world here. Yes. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Oof, ugly accuracy, but kind of to be expected in those super weird openings with, yeah, so I'm happy with that. Never really lost the lead. No brilliant moves, which is interesting. How did Stockfish feel about my little adventure here? c4 it liked. Queen a4 it liked. Yeah, bishop takes it. Oh, c5? What? So c5 is attacking the bishop. And if they do... Ah, because then I take the bishop. I'm still threatening that. Very nice, very nice. Okay. And if they just go back, then it's just like a free attacking move. It forces them backwards. And then I continue my... Okay, so I missed that. C5. And even now, C5 was really good. Just to push black's pieces backwards somehow. Queen B5. Oh, it's just going to repeat moves, and then it's going to play B4, B5. Yeah. So Stockfish liked it, basically. Moral of the story is Stockfish approved sacrifice. Let's just check this position at the end, actually, really quickly. Just a few moves back. I think... Oh, Stockfish says bishop takes H2 and rook takes D5. Wow, setting up a checkmate like this to check. This is nuts. You get the queen. Bishop takes. Yeah, this line would have been tricky for me to find. Wow. Queen C7. King E6. And you still get pinned, but it's not that simple. Yeah, bishop takes D5 just didn't make sense. Now, bishop here, I was going to sack. Just not the best move. Best move was bishop. Okay. If I sack, this is what I was going to do. I was going to go rook C1 check. And on king D6, I was going to go here. And on this, I was going to go here. And on this, I think... I don't know what I was going to do, actually. Maybe taking this, or maybe move my bishop. But yeah, best move was queen takes G7. I don't know if I would have saw that in time pressure. I don't know. I think that was black's best chance. Ooh. $22.99. We need this one. We need this one. Come on. Come on. Everybody's playing this bishop b5 check line. I should really study this more. I think it's one of those annoying lines, kind of stops you from doing what you're trying to do. Okay, that back. Queen f3. Interesting. I'm tempted to ignore that, honestly, guys, and just play e5, let him take it, and go bishop d7. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because I don't care about this pawn. I care about rapid development. I care about the bishop pair. I want an open board. I want open files for my rooks. I don't care about the pawn. I just don't care. So, by all means, take it. Take it. I go bishop d7. Thank you. And even though I'm black, I'm going to have all the pieces out. I'm going to have all the pieces out really soon. 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7. So we sack 2 pawns, but we get a whole bunch of pieces out, which is great. Question is what to do next. Bishop c5 is probably what I would like to do, but let's see where the queen moves first. Bishop e7 is not terrible either. Bishop d6, rook c8 or rook b8. Okay, so we can go bishop c5. Could play rook b8, but I think I'll save that. I think I want to get the bishop out right away. So I'm going to castle or maybe go rook b8. The reason I might go rook b8 is so I can meet castles with bishop b5. A little sneaky little move there. So if he plays knight f3, I might go rook b8 quickly. There's also e4 to annoy the knight. Knight e2. Can I sack? Knight to e5, if e4 or g4, if the king goes back. Maybe it's too early for that. Here. Oh, you know what? I'm actually threatening to try. He saw it. I was actually threatening to trap the queen. Queen was gonna have nowhere to go. That's amazing. Look at that. Stopped it though. Too bad. Too bad. All right. I guess we just castle now. Guess we just castle. Unless there's some crazy reason I should sack this, but I'm not seeing it. I don't think I should do that. Let's castle. All right. So here's the situation. We're down 2 pawns, but we've got all the pieces out, and white's still trying to develop. So I feel like we need to do something relatively quickly to put the pressure on white. The question is, what is it? Knight to g4 looks pretty good, because then I can go queen h4. Rook b6 looks pretty good, because then I can swing the rook over. Okay. Rook b6, bishop c6. Question is, what do we do first? Rook b6, where does the queen go? Take here? I don't think you really take there, do you? Maybe. Maybe. Here? And my bishop's attacked. Don't love that. Maybe I'll go knight g4 first. Let's say he just plays the obvious move h3. Let's just start with the obvious ones. What happens if I take and go queen h4? Knight e4 is not a possibility. g3 you could do, but then I'm getting it here. That looks really good. d4 I would take. Looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, so I think this is a decent try. Now, there might be some other moves, knight e4, but no, then the queen comes, and yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I think we launch the attack now and try to take advantage of this situation before white develops all the pieces. Okay, and we do have rook b6 to swing over if we need more troops, but I would really like to get my queen involved first. So queen h4. Probably what we're going to see is, oh, you know what? You know what, guys? Check this out. h3, queen h4 takes, rook b6. Let's say queen moves. Boom. Checkmate. That's actually nice. That's actually really nice. I might even consider just going straight for queen h4 on h3. Letting him take it. Letting him take it. Uh-huh. So h3 to queen h4. That's an annoying threat. Really, it is. d4 might be the only move, but that's just take it. 94. Ah, 94. Okay, queen h3, queen h4, 94. Takes. 94 is the move that's pretty annoying. What would I do against 94? So maybe I have to take, because if I take first and then go queen h4, you can't go knight e4, or I just take it. But if my knight's on g4, you can, and it's very annoying because it hits the bishop and it defends. Yeah, that's too bad because this other line was super nice. Well, what can you do? You gotta make the best move regardless. So I think I would have to just take. Yeah, I'm thinking we take... I mean, there's also ideas of just, like, bringing the rook up right away, but I just don't see exactly why. I guess we'll just take it. We've really got him thinking, though. Which makes sense, because this is a very tricky position. Does go h3, and I guess I will take. I just don't see the follow-up there. So let me go ahead with this other line. And now we go queen h4. Ah, knight to d1. Interesting. Wait, but does that just allow me to go here now? Wait a second. Because that knight was guarding this. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Look at these bishops. Ugh. Okay, so we don't take now because we lose this guy. But what we do is take here first with check. And now we take it, right? So we win in exchange. 3-6, 3-4-5. Yeah, we're up in exchange, down a pawn. But white's king is kind of shaky, and the pieces are still not developed. Guess white can get some more pawns if they want, but the rooks are coming into the party, so still looks good for me. Yes, he's trying to get the pieces involved, which is smart. Okay. Do I want to trade? I think it's fine. I think trading is fine. Because now we're up a bit of material. King isn't really that weak anymore, so I think trading is fine. And we were threatening to sneak in with the queen if he tried to move anywhere else. So I think they had to take it. If they try to trap my bishop, no, I can just escape. Can't trap it. I also could have played like f5 and h5, just undermine there. You can't really develop immediately. You go for the knight. I think I want to go f5 just to gain a tempo here. Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Maybe rook c1 or c8. Bishop d1. Okay, yeah, so bishop d1. Ah, wait a second. Bishop d2 looks good. Oh, can't do that. We can't do that. Oh, my bishop's trapped. Did I just trap the bishop? Why did I do that? Bishop d1, bishop d2. I take, he takes, I lose a bishop. I mean, I get a couple pawns, but... The other option is I go here, he takes, I try to trap the knight. G6. Ah, man. That might actually work, but I might just go for this line, actually. This doesn't actually look as bad as I initially thought. Because we get the 2 pawns. These are weak. We have a lot of pawns. Knight and bishop against the rook and the pawns. It's either that or I go here, let him take, play f4, try to get my piece back. Which I think I could do. And my pawn structure's messed up, and I'm going to go for this line instead. I'm going to go for this one instead. I missed it, though. I missed it. I'm going to take these 2 pawns. Take these 2 pawns. Okay, Nelson. Don't throw this one away. You need this for 2,300. You need this. Let's attack. Actually, you might want to go here. There's this. Here, bishop d6. No, but then we get on the second. Yeah, no, that's good for me. So we'll go here. I think a3, a5, or g6 to defend the pawn. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? No, I think... Actually, that's tough. That's tough because getting the rooks on the 7th is a kind of amazing. But at the same time, it allows his knight and bishop to become much more active, and I lose 2 pawns. This way, I don't lose any pawns. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to keep the pawns. And I'm still threatening to go there next. Next move, I could play a5. But I don't think I want to let the knight and the bishop just take everything like that. Because yes, it's super powerful to get the rooks on the 2nd rank, but if I don't have a clear follow-up, which I don't, the best case scenario would be just a perpetual check. And I am trying to win, so... This move totally shuts down the knight. I mean, look at the knight. The knight can't do anything now. So, very powerful. Yeah, I can do that if he wants, but... Okay, so a5 he takes, double up. He's going to block the thing here. Okay. I'm going to go here so that I can play a5 and maybe take this pawn. And then it's probably time to start bringing the king. Like, if he moves the knight off of here, I will play a5 and then get the rooks on the 7th like that. On the 2nd. Start threatening stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to play this position with no time on the clock. Oh, he wants to trade. Should I trade, actually? Or not? Okay, I'll trade. Now it's time to bring the king. Time to bring the king. He does have my rook shut out, which is not ideal. Go there. I'm going to try to open a file over here so that my rook has a way into the game. this. Because if I get this, then he's got a big problem. I'm going to try to take that. I don't know if I care too much. Maybe I'll make it a little bit more challenging to get the pawn. And then we go for this. Wait. Wait. Bam. This is why it's important to be flexible, because I was going to come here, but I changed my plan and got a piece. Changed my plan and got a piece. Let me go grab the pawn. Can't defend it here. Oh, I guess you could. No, you can't defend it anywhere. I'm going to take it now. Take this one. Check, but I just go here. Can't make my king move. And should be good shape here. Yes. All right. All right, pretty nice chart there. Never really lost it, except for this moment. Oh, it was, I'll show you guys. It was Queen H4. Ahaha, okay. So what was the deal here? Best move, according to Stockfish, was just Rook E8. Yeah, okay. Doesn't mind this too much. Initially it said Queen H4, but then it changed its mind. Let's see why. It said takes. Wait a second. I thought Rook B6. Wait, what? Oh, Queen D3, Rook H6, and you block it. You block the checkmate. Look at that. And if I move D4, and if I move somewhere else, you move to G3. Wow. Wow. See, like, I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard once you see it, but man, okay. So Queen H4 was no good. So I did play the right move by taking here. Okay, that's good to know. Then that was the mistake. Because D4, I was going to take it. And I thought I was fine. What's the deal here? Queen to C4. Pins the pawn. I mean, look at these moves. Look at these Stockfish moves. Yeah, totally missed it. Pins the pawn. Wow. So and also attacks my bishop. Stockfish says you go here to defend, and then knight to D1. Still pinned. Now he's defending here. And if I try to get out of the pin, you just move and you're fine. You just basically sack this and you come out up material. Wow. Stockfish is so just annoying sometimes. I don't like Stockfish. Play another game. 2400. The Lonely Scotsman. Who is this? Andrew Bodie. Good luck, Andrew. Let's go. Let's go. What? Every time. I'm telling you guys, I need to go study this. I need to go study this. Oh. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. E5. Let's see if we transpose here. Bishop D7? No. I'm going to do something different. Which is smart. That's smart. Now I could force the issue. Takes. I could go bishop D6. No, but then I can't go bishop D7. So I could go bishop E7. I'll go bishop E7. I want to make sure that I can meet this with my bishop d7 move. And I don't want a bishop to be hanging, for example. Queen takes, queen takes. Like if I would have went here. Takes, takes, takes. He's going for it. He's going for it. So the only difference between this position and last is that my bishop's on e7 instead of c5. And now he went here instead of a6. Okay. So does that change too much? I think we still probably castle. We do have rook b8 if we want it, if we need it. Yeah, the bishop not being on c5 doesn't defend the pawn, so it's a little bit, probably a little bit better for white. But I still think castling makes a lot of sense. That's a move that we're going to want to play regardless, so let's get the king to safety. I'm assuming we see something like knight f3 or d3 here. And now it's the same situation, right? Same situation, guys. We're down a couple pawns, but we've got the lead in development. We need to attack before white has time to do anything. Whoa. Whoa. That was unexpected. Knight h3. So he's saying, go ahead, take me. I'm going to use this to attack your king, I guess is what he's saying. I might just have to take the bait on that, though, guys. And then try to attack the king. Wow. All right. Let's see. What if I start with a rook to b8? Let's say he takes. Takes, takes. Interesting move. Knight h3. Like, why would you go there over this unless you really just wanted me to take it, right? I could still play bishop c5. Even though I'm a move behind, it's kind of a nice place for the bishop. Because then you go rook b8. And the queen, I guess, just has to leave. This is a very complicated position. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to play bishop c5. Rook e8. Stockfish said that was a good move last time, but this is a different position. So could consider that. It just seems so slow. I mean, it just seems so slow. I don't think he's threatening to castle anymore because of this. He probably just wants to play d3, bring out his bishop, castle the other way, and attack me. So, bishop c5. Let's say I go bishop c5, d3. Takes, takes. What is my move? Queen a. Queen a5 is a move. I don't know. This is tough. This is really tough. Queen a5, because then I just have access to harass the queen. Kind of like that, actually. Is e4 a move here, guys? Is e4 a move, actually? Wait a second. e4, knight takes, rook b8 to chase the queen away. He takes, I take. Ooh, that seems right up my alley, e4. Because if I'm like d3, I could take. And then you just try to attack like this, maybe. e4 looks pretty decent. Oh, I don't know what to do, guys. I'm really torn here. I'm going to use all my time thinking, aren't I? Rook c8's another move, just to try to go bishop c6. I mean, there's just so many options here for me. Oh, rook c8 if he takes, then we have bishop c5. Oh, rook c8. Okay, I could get on board with this, actually. I could get on board with this. Because I like this threat. And I also like the fact that now when he takes the pawn, bam, I hit him with bishop c5 with the tempos. I like this. I like this move. Now, is it the best move? I don't know. It's okay. What? This guy is not afraid of this? There's also bishop c6. If he takes bishop c5, it's pretty wild. I mean, I'm giving up a bishop, but oh, how do we follow up is the question. Rook c7 and queen c8. And maybe it's not as good as I want it to be. Maybe it's not. There's e4 again, though. Bishop c6 anyway. Just go here and try to attack somehow. Maybe I should play the stock fish rook e8 move just to get it into the game. I'm drawing a blank here. I'm not exactly sure. I'm just confused by this. I'm really confused. Yeah, d3 makes sense. You can just get the bishop out. I could play h6 just to try to take away these squares. On bishop e3, we could go rook b8 and try to invade here. Go here and line up. Raid. Try to attack that. I gotta move. I gotta make some moves here. I'm thinking too much. Thinking way too much. What? What is happening? Rook b8? What is the idea now? What in the world? Also, bishop d4? Yeah, bishop d4. Do I just win a piece? What is going on here? I'm sorry. Okay. 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 I mean, like, every move that this guy is playing makes, like, no sense. Like, knight h3, then he castles. Now he plays b4. Looks like a blunder, unless I'm missing something. I don't get it. I don't get it. I could actually sack and then get the fork. Would I rather trade pieces or just have the rook on the board? I'll do it this way. It's an active rook, so I guess I'll keep it. I guess I'll keep it. His knight is shut out of the game, though, and I could trade now and really just mess up the pawn structure. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take here. Kind of falling apart. I mean, he's got 2 pawns over here. But other than that, I'm just a piece up. So I just need to be careful about that. But otherwise, we're in good shape. The clock is a little bit low, but that's, you know, that's normal. We're used to that. Got to keep it interesting for all of you viewers out there. Oh! What? Maybe he had to go. Maybe he had to leave or something. That was weird. That was super weird. Okay, 93 though. Pretty nice game. Pretty nice game. So 2 games in a row, basically, we had this almost the same type of setup. Castles. Stockfish actually says rook b8. Why? Rook b8 followed by queen c8. Okay, why? Bishop c5. Oh, is it going to trap the queen? It's going to trap the queen, isn't it? It traps the queen. That's... Yes, Stockfish is so ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, I played rook c8. Yeah, it likes rook e8. Interesting. So I remembered that from the previous game. Well, it likes some other moves too. Bishop c6, bishop c5. But okay, rook e8 is pretty good. h6 was pretty good too. All right. g5. Wow, best move was g5. Okay, wasn't gonna play that. Yeah, it was a blunder. Bishop d4. Here you go. All right, guys. I'm going to play one last game. This is going to be it. Last one here. Got some nice points on that one. All right. Let's do it. King's Indian served me well last time. Let's do it again. Okay. Is e5 the move here? I think e5's a line. It looks like we lose a pawn, but we don't actually lose a pawn. Now, what do? I forget. Knight a6, maybe? I think sometimes you play knight a6. Knight d7 is also... We'll go knight d7. I just don't remember. Pretty sure knight a6 is a move. Rook to b1. Uh-huh. Let's try to stop that. I think that's usually a smart thing to do. He's gonna play here for sure. Let me go rook e8 to put the pressure. If I can threaten to take here. Maybe I should have taken first, actually. Well, I don't know. Because now d5 could happen, but that's part of the deal when you play the King's Indian. Part of the deal. Okay, so he pins me. I think I want to break that pin. Let me go h6. Okay, so we could take with the bishop. We could take with the knight. Both seem reasonable. Let me take with the knight. Unleash the bishop here. Okay, so he finally pushes. All right. So what's going to happen is white's going to play b4 and expand over here. I'm going to attack over here. This is pretty much how the King's Indian works. The question is, how do I do that? Yeah, how do I do it? Knight h5 to threaten to go to f4 looks pretty good. Also, you need to move the knight out of the way so you can push your pawn up. So, two birds, one stone. Could have also went back here, but that seems just too passive. I want to be able to jump in here and get this bishop maybe. Then f5. Then we would have the bishop pair against two knights. You could play g3 to stop my knight. No, he's just going to go with the typical plan, which makes sense. I think I'll go ahead and trade just because it opens up my rook, which is kind of nice. And now I will jump in, get the bishop, and okay. Let's go f5. Usually you'll tuck the king over here on h7 to kind of support these guys if you need to. Like, for example, knight h4. Well, knight h4 I would take it, but you know, you get the idea. Okay, so we've got bishops against knights. I could take, but then he has a nice outpost for the knight there. If I push, this bishop is pretty bad. The bishop's pretty bad anyway. Actually takes bishop f5 and then try to trade and just bust everything open might make sense. Generally, you want the open position with the bishop. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's try to open things up a little bit. Bishop pair is better on an open board, so I'm going to try to make some trades here. Okay. Yeah, bishop f5, I think. And what I'm looking to do is maybe take and... I wonder if I could play h5, bishop h6 is another way to activate the bishop. I want to get this guy into the game somehow. Even if I take and go back here, just something. Anything. Anything to get it involved. Yeah, I'm worried about taking here, though, that I let the rook come in. Should I play, like, b6 to try to... Yeah, I'll do it. I don't know. I think he's going to push by, but... Then at least I don't have to worry about the rook coming in. He does take. Okay. I really don't know what to do here. Queen e7 just to defend here. What about this pawn, though? Maybe queen c7, but then the rook comes over. But then I could trade to... Then he gets the file. Okay, knight to b5. I walked into that one. I walked right into that one. Man. I don't think that's good news. I don't think that's good news for me. I missed it. I totally missed it. If I take this and he takes my rook, is there any reason to sacking that? Take here. Takes. No, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Okay. Doesn't make any sense. I'll just move. I'll just move my rook. Wants to trade, he can trade. Because it's not that simple, because I might still win this pawn back. I might. For example, takes, knight takes, we take on d5. So it might not be the end of the world just yet. If he takes with the pawn, obviously he loses the knight, so there's still some interesting things going on here. And the position might be opening up, which means if I still have a bishop on the board, it could get better for me. We'll see. See what white's going to do here. He takes. Okay. I'm envisioning e4. The rook moves and we take a pawn. He could also defend. If I take right away, knight takes f5. e4. Oh. Oh. Wait, takes e4. He forks me. Too bad. Okay. Too bad. So should I attack the knight instead and then take it? Locks my bishop in, though. I really want to play e4. Rook moves to here. Man. There's got to be a good move here. I just don't see one. There's got to be something, right? Really want to take this, but then what do? We could invade on the second rank, actually. That's not totally crazy. F4, then we take. Doesn't look half bad either. Maybe I'll just do that. It feels weird giving him this hole, but it's the only way I'm seeing to just cleanly get my pawn back. So, and oh, because I want the queen on d5 because there's this thread here. Interesting move. So e4 hits the knight. He just trades, though. It's a tough move to play, but it looks like his knight is actually trapped. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that somehow. I don't know. Guess he just plays g4, but then his king is exposed. I mean, I don't know. Oh, but no, e4, though. Takes, check. No. I don't know what's going on in this position. I do not have a clue what's going on. Let's go here. I want to control some of these squares and maybe swing over. King's Indian usually gets these really interesting positions, but they're tough to play. I'm trying to trap the knight. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, queen e4 though. Queen e4 is a problem. Not good, not good. He's gonna pin me. Yeah, I just walked into that, didn't I? Well, GG. Good game. Man, just like that. I got sidetracked by this knight. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, it's over now. And I used all my time, so I don't even think I can. Yeah, I'm just going to resign. Rough game. Rough game. Yeah, our opponent played super well, though. Got to give it to him. We never had a chance that game, actually. We never had a chance. What can I say? I thought we were going to get something going right around here when we had the bishop pair, but they just didn't really miss anything. Yeah, knight b5. I walked into that. And then... Okay, yeah, this was the best move. No, queen f7. I'm still losing, but it's at least... f4 is not terrible, actually. If I would have played b5, this was my best chance. b5. And let's say white tries to bring the rook over. Queen f7 now. Ah, okay. So maybe my big mistake was moving my rook off of the back rank. Yeah, I needed it to defend my king. Okay. So that was the silly idea. Yep. Okay. Because now they have to play g4 to defend the knight. En passant. And invade with the queen. It's still not like a winning position, but at least this would have been better for me. King's Indian is tough. King's Indian is tough, and our opponent played really well, so can't really do much. All right, guys, I'm tired. At least we gained some points, got over 2,300 again, so it was a success. Thank you guys for being here. And I'll see you next time. You're glad I didn't choke to death? Yes, I'm glad I didn't choke to death too. I am glad too. Take it easy, guys.